And good morning to you, everybody. This is Cliff Graves from Trainwell Boxing. Now, I did close things off and wish everybody Merry Christmas, but I listened to something that has, what do we say, not provoked, because I think that's a negative word, but has basically made me want to come on and correct where this person is clearly going very, very wrong. It's regarding the subject of isometrics. Now, isometrics have been utilized since we could move rocks, heavy rocks around. One particular person believes in evolution theory and millions and millions and millions of years. So where was we living? Caves. Why caves? To protect ourselves from wild animals. So what did we used to do then when it was cold in the caves here on the British Isles? We would close it off, wouldn't we? With some form of shield, which would have been a rock, a big, heavy rock. So if within this unit, family unit, there's 3 males, adult males, and the rest are children and women, the women might get stuck in. But can you imagine pushing over something that would protect you from really strong animals? Really strong animals. Did on the British Isles, they allege 100 million years ago, did we have bears? Could what they're saying 100 million years ago, could there be an animal that was classified as a predator to us human beings? Could it have pushed it across and gone into the cave and eaten everybody up? But the answer has to be a big fat yes, doesn't it? So you'd want a rock that was of some substance to move. It would take several of you to push it over. Well, are you going to get like when you push, you see the strong men, the pulling and all that and the pushing and stuff, they don't get momentum straight away, do they? What happens is they engage with that heavy weight and they're pressing, no movement. Then they start to get movement. Then they start to get momentum. So surely it would have been the same, you think, to cover up the cave opening, one would have thought. Isometrics, no movement. That's what isometrics is also known as within the exercise world, fitness and strength world. Everybody will know who Charles Atlas is. Everybody will know who Bruce Lee is. All of which trained in isometrics. Now, in the case of Bruce Lee, he had to, because he was predominantly, initially, in the initial stages, a Wing Chun, a traditional Wing Chun practitioner. He injured his back. Now, there's different versions of how he injured the lower lumbar region of his back, but he was out of action considerably. And during which time he was convalescing, he wrote and invented Jeet Kune Do. What he also invented was no movement isometrics, which he predominantly used. You've seen him, if you get any of his books, go online, you will see him. He's standing on a reaction plate. He's got a chain which is connected to this reaction plate, with a shorter bar, and he is performing different angled, no movement bicep curls. How athletic was Bruce Lee? Are you going to tell me? Oh, no, he wasn't. Oh, no. For a little one, he had an absolutely superb physique, are you? Anybody that knows anything of anything will know that he predominantly used isometrics. Charles Atlas is a little bit more dubious because it's like the 7-stone weakling going to the 15-stone mammoth man mountain, and he's not getting sand kicked in his face. But if you've ever worked with a bull worker, I'll tell you what, yes, it is effective. So isometrics definitely take their place within performance training, strength training, where I think a lot of personal trainers, PTIs, fitness instructors, exercise physiologists all miss the point and get it wrong, is how do they factor in the weight training, normal repetitions into isometrics. I believe they should always be done post normal full range repetitions. They should be used as an exercise set extender. All right. There's lots of other exercise set extenders you can use, false reps, negatives, rest pause, partials. You can use a lot of those. All right. When they are incorporated into the final part of a set, they are excruciating. They are excruciating. Absolutely excruciating. Now, I would say in the ideal setting, you'd be repping, this is the bench press. You'd be repping out, you'd be getting near to your point, right? This sort of halfway midpoint is where the sticking point is. I wouldn't do extended partials or anything rubbish like that. I'd get two tried and trusted training partners to just edge that weight past the sticking point till you are almost at full range, which would have the arms almost extended, and you hold it. Now, you can have your training partners apply pressure when you're in that position, pushing down either side, even adding weights. And then they help you put it back into the starting position within the power rack. Or it can be done in a machine. Same thing, two training partners, trusted training partners, lifting it up for you through that sticking point when you have got to failure, and then you hold it. And I absolutely guarantee you, any money you like, they are highly productive. Now let's move on to sport. Okay, because we've talked about Bruce Lee and martial arts and the aesthetics and how wonderful isometrics are. Now let's look at sport. When two judokai are grappling on the mat, both trying to get arm locks on, arm bars on, trying to get a submission. There is right in front of your faces isometrics. You're holding the person, you're gripping the person, you go to their gi, you're pulling. It's all isometric. It's all isometric. Where are you going to get that strength from? On the mat, yes. On the mat, yes. But what are you performing when you're doing that? You're wrestling and you're grappling with somebody on the mat. What are you doing? You are performing all sorts, aren't you? You're performing movement, you're performing holding movements, the whole lot. So you are performing isometrics. Whether you like it, lump it, or whatever, you are performing isometrics. And finally, something that I know absolutely 300% about is isometrics for rehab. Now, on my left shoulder, I went out running with a dog. Not the dog that we got at the moment. And I was over a place called Cannock Chase when we lived in the Midlands. And the dog cut straight across my path. And she was a big Belgian cattle dog, so big and strong, 40 kilos of her. And she didn't mean to, it's just what they do. They do cut across. I didn't think she would, but she did. She cut across and took my legs, and I was flying through the air, through the air, through the air, through the air, through the air. My bunch was heading for a cut tree stump. So what did I do? Everything goes in slow motion in that, doesn't it? You get tunnel vision. My left hand, I'm right-handed, right? My left hand is my weakest hand. To break my fall, you'd think that would be obvious. To break your fall, bang! I hit the floor hard. And in doing so, the impact was so severe on this side that it cracked a bone high up in the humerus, just under the lesser tuberosity. You get two little nodules, the greater tuberosity and the lesser tuberosity. That is where all the rotator cuff muscles link up to. Well, I was jammy lucky because it missed my lesser and greater tuberosity, but it cracked about an inch, fractured lengthways. And the pain I was in was incredible. My one side of mine came up literally like a melon. Now, I couldn't even lift it like that. I couldn't do anything with it. I had it in a sling for nearly 6 weeks before my physio said, right, we're now going to start some rehabilitation with you. I couldn't even go up to the kitchen cabinets, for example, and pull down some sugar or some coffee. I couldn't get an implement, raise up and get an implement. I couldn't get that movement. I could only go about 4 inches out. The pain, if I tried, it just was like it locked. Solid locked. Well, of course, by this time, all the muscles in here, around this area, it didn't touch the rotator cuff, but the rotator cuff likes movement. Movement, yes, but wait. the subscapularis had gone into traction, basically to sort of compensate for my injury, and the infraspinatus had become lengthened and weakened. It needed calculated, intelligent, crafted rehabilitation exercises to get my shoulder strong again. Now, I have talked to extended scope physiotherapists about this. I'm not going to name any names because they might not want me to, but I have, that have been involved with Premier football teams. So if they don't fucking well know what they're talking about, we got a bit of a problem, haven't we? And anyway, he wasn't the one that was treating me. He was this little Indian guy, and he said, we have to start off with isometrics, right? So I'm just going to stand up and show you. So the first isometric I was given, that was on this side, we did it on both sides, was this. Resist this going out to there. Resist for 7 seconds, 5, 6, 7, and release, and do the same for the other side, because for some reason the other side was affected as well. I don't know how, but it was. 1, 5, 6, 7, shake your body off. Go into this one now. We push in. This one, I'm guessing, was more for the little like on the side lateral raise, the little bits in there, the little tendons and bits and pieces going on. This one was that one. Now it was this one, Put your hand in, right hand like that at 90 degrees. That goes at 90 degrees. And push like that. And push like that. That's obviously getting the ligaments and that sort of thing up the front. And then the final one was this, resisted external rotation, where you're resisting going out that one, probably specifically for the infraspinatus muscle on the back. Now, what I'm saying to you, my friends, is no movement exercise. I couldn't have given a flying fuck whether it was a trained chimpanzee that was telling me what to do. It fucking well worked. And over a course of time, he said, now try. Now we was doing this, resisted isometrics, a little bit further, this, until, guess what? I could do this. Now the physiotherapy moved, and I had one of these pink little, I can't say it, can I? I'm not allowed to say it, but one of these pink little 2 kilogram dummies. Okay, go. Try your best. I said, am I ever going to get back? Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Back. Oh, that's it. Push it. Come on, try it. The initial stages of the rehabilitation were isometrics. Okay. So we have isometrics that work for initial stage, can work. They are a tool which the physiotherapist, chiropractor, osteopath, masseuse, whatever, the PTI even, a certain tool that they have within their toolbox that they can take out and utilize if they need to. And that tool was taken out in my case to utilize because they had to. That is it. It's used for rehabilitation, performance. When you see Usain Bolt, just I just want you just to think, if I'm being unreasonable, comment as much as you like. Tear me to pieces as much as you like. So Usain Bolt is going to do the 100 meters, sorry. And they say, take your marks. Set. Don't they? Take your marks. Set. What do? They go into that coiled trigger, ready to go, bam! But there's no movement in that. Take your marks. Set. Is there? Tell me if there is. Because they get a full start, don't they? Don't they? If you're moving ahead and you're moving like that, no, try again. In lane four, they move. I had to be still as a statue. Take your marks, and they're off. What about these gymnasts? Fuck me, when they go like that and they lower themselves out on the rings and they hold like that and they say, "They are, look at that." And the commentators say, a perfect iron cross. And then they go off and they continue. What is that? Is that movement that they hold, albeit just for 1 second, 2 seconds? They show it off. What about some of the strongman competitions? Have you ever seen the Conans carry? That big thing, that big heavy thing that they load up, that I think, that to me, apart the Atlas stones, they hold this thing and they go rotate round and round and round. When they're rotating round and round and round, some of them for about a minute, or what is that movement there? They've got it in the crook of their elbows, haven't they? This great big heavy Conan's bar wheel thing. What are they doing? Yes, they're walking round, yes, but what the fuck are they doing? Are they doing this movement? No. What the fuck are they doing then? They're holding on. What is holding on with no movement? An isometric movement. It doesn't have to be 10 minutes long. It can be 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 seconds. We've talked about the judokai, the MMA, the wrestling. What about the high divers? Momentarily, they get up and they're going on a handstand. And they hold their body momentarily, just for 1 second, 2 seconds, and they're off. But what is that? Is there movement there, you wallies walking on legs? Is there movement there? No. What is it then? It's static contraction. What is static contractions, you imbeciles? What is it? Yes, well done. It's isometrics. So I think I have proved my case without doubt that isometrics across the board are very, very necessary and very, very useful training techniques to apply as and when are necessary. Enough said. The jury's out. That has been it. The jury's back, rather, and they have decided you're fucking wrong. Show some fucking humility when you are wrong. Are there contraindications to isometrics? Yes. The main one, and actually quite a very, very highly important one, is because it restricts blood flow. If you are suffering from conditions such as blood pressure issues, don't do isometrics whatsoever. One would hope if you're an Olympic champion, 100-meter sprinter, that you're going to be in fighting fit fettle and not have high blood pressure issues. Maybe they can be controlled by diet. Maybe they can be controlled by specific medication. I don't know. But that is the only contraindication for performing isometrics is high blood pressure. And it does warrant, I think, not holding your breath, even if you don't suffer from high blood pressure. Can it bring on high blood pressure? Yes, I think it can. Yes, I think it can. In people susceptible, prone to that, yes. But no, I don't think otherwise. I don't think otherwise. And finally, I just want to leave you with this. There are 3 muscular contractions. Contractions. I'm not talking about methodologies of making those muscles contract, like ballistic, plyometrics, this, that, and that, or the other heavy, light, stamina, endurance. I'm talking about 3 contractions that the muscle can have: concentric, eccentric, and isometric. Now, the white paper studies indicate that the EMG studies on muscles that have been tested concentrically, eccentrically, and isometrically, let's take a bicep curl, by a number of different test studies, so not just one person, a number of varied different test studies, some elite athletes, some like me in their 60s, some recovering, that sort of thing. That isometrics has been recorded via EMG as promoting the most intense muscular contraction. Yes, I know with eccentrics you're saying, but that is a form of tension. That is a form of stress in the muscle. That is a form of contraction, really. It's a lengthening contraction, but it is the muscle going from relax to contraction. So I had to come on today. I know we're all getting into Christmas mode, but when I hear trash talked on YouTube, and I'm not going to name who the person is, trash, complete trash, tripe, talked on YouTube about devaluing isometrics, I think what they've got to do is look at all the studies that have gone into isometrics. And then I think when they make a statement, avoid isometrics, I think they need to stop and appraise what they're going to say beforehand, and then open their mouths and make statements like that. Because from what I have said, you can't dispute it. You can't dispute it. You cannot get away from isometric movement. You cannot. It's there. It's a movement function, and a very necessary one. So I hope this has cleared this up. Don't use YouTube as your platform to deceive people. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because you're starting to join the trash that are so prevalent here on YouTube. The little insects that we at Trademark Boxing want to protect you lot from. And we will. If you give us chance, we will. We will steer you as far away from the east is from the west, from those type of individuals, I can assure you. But YouTube continues to give this scum platforms to basically say what they fucking well like and be allowed to not only continue but get away with it. And you, in time, people, you will understand that Trademark Boxing ain't like that. We ain't like that. And you will find that out. If you put your faith and trust in us, you will find that out, that we have done every bit of legwork possible for you to save you time, energy, and money. Okay? So, yeah. You can never say never, can you? Because I can't resist it with these idiots that we have to succumb to here sometimes on YouTube. Others on YouTube, and I do call out. I don't call out the idiots, not because I'm intimidated by one fucking little iota. But I just don't do it. I let you think and wonder, is it me? Is it me? Is he talking about me? Is he talking about me? Well, you won't know, because I haven't named you. So how do you know? How do you know that I'm calling you out? Because I haven't named you, so you don't know. I will call out the decent individuals and continue to do that and continue to wish them well. And if we can help in any way, we will with those people. So it's a united effort here at Trademark Boxing, where we have got your back, people. I swear to God, we have got your back. We're not going to let these ignoramuses take advantage of you, okay? Enough said. See you later. Ciao.